Yo, what is up, guys? This is gonna be the first video series of Warzone Ranked tips and tricks. I'm gonna be putting my ego to the side, pulling up the wins and the losses in 3 tips, which is gonna be using smoke to block LOS or line of sight of other teams, using it for rotations, when to play last, when to play your own life, how to assess rotations and other teams based on the size of the circle. And I know that probably sounds more than 3 tips, but I'm gonna put them in 3 sections. Let's run it. What we're gonna notice is that people are gonna be taking POIs, people are gonna be taking cover. There's 46 seconds left before the circle starts to rotate in. There's playing edge and there's playing center zone. The issue that you're gonna have with playing center zone is that with all the teams that are collapsing in, you could get focused on, where playing edge, a lot of times only have to focus on the people that are coming in from the edge. So based on my prior knowledge, I believe that there's probably somebody camping behind my building. The circle has rotated to the right. There's 4 other teams left. Assuming majority side when it comes to rotations and battle royales, look at how much space there is here. A majority of the teams are this way. The only difficult thing we're gonna have is whoever is behind us, because the circle did move in that way. All right, so my buddy Cody goes out here. It's one guy. What we need to do when engaging in fights, especially in endgame, as there's going to be more competitors in these tight endgames because of it being ranked, we need to use our smoke grenades to block out LOS, the line of sight of other teams. Being able to fight without being focused on by the other team is very important. If before we engaged in this fight, we took our smoke grenades, because thermals are GA'd, they're not allowed. We needed to smoke this team out on the left-hand side before we chose to engage in this. We did need to take this fight to take care of them so that we could have a safe rotate to the right. Hindsight, right? Because we're gonna learn more from our losses than our wins. So we needed to smoke them out. Second tip here is gonna be playing your life and being the last team to engage. It's 4th zone here. We have 40 seconds before we need to rotate. Watch my body. A lot of times, I will use recon drones to understand the rotation. We are playing edge here. We are not going to be getting focused on by a lot of teams. However, we can use these recon drones to understand the rotations, understand where we need to go, and in places that we can avoid. I'm getting back into the recon drone. I'm understanding. I see there's nobody left right now. I see there's a team to the center. So we're going to use that information to take our rotation to the back left side. And again, if we're always assuming majority side, majority of the map is here, and that's where those guys were. Now, when it comes to this series, I'm not going to tell you guys how to fight. I'm not going to tell you how to shoot. I'm not going to tell you how to play those things better at the game. I'm sure all of you guys are great at the game. I'm going to go through wins, losses, and tactics. So here I do a knife hold and a melee. I know that, you know, melee and throwing knives, it may not be viable strategy, but I like to play the game in a harder way. I find it more interesting. Don't feel like this way of fighting is practical. All right, as we make this rotate, if we own this building, if we can win this fight, it can be risky. However, we believed it to be more fruitful because we wouldn't be in the open. So we're smoking ourselves in. I'm rocking the Tonfa and the melee. As you guys can see, there's a lot of fighting happening on the outside. That's why we wanted to take this building. I go out here, run into Tonfa, realize this probably isn't the best place for me.
Hey, plan. Tighten up.
I go inside, I do a knife hold on the door. If you guys run throwing knives, this is such a small gap in which people can go. And so when you're owning these buildings, getting those downs is super easy. We go in, we take this guy out. Right here, in regards to playing your life, Cody is right here. I had no idea where he is. When it comes to ranked, and getting SR or any rank points in any battle royale, the farther you can get your team, the better. Now, you do want to play with your team, but in those instances when you need to replay, reposition, and re-engage, you can't be worrying about too much about your teammate, and you need to play your life. Because if you go down in the process trying to help him when you're super weak and you can't replay it before you can re-engage, the team might do worse. And that's just my personal opinion. All right, let's talk about assuming majority side and playing this into being last. Look at majority side. That's where majority of the fighting is happening. There's 3 other teams left, and we're choosing to let them fight.
Airstrike, I have to move right.
And being last,
Safe on me.
Buy on your love.
To take advantage of a third party. I'm smoking the buy here to get my buddy back in the game. 2 other teams left. I bought my buddy back. He's getting pings for us to help us identify where potential targets are. Now the circle is really tight, and we're playing late, assuming those guys are going to fight so that we can have a third party opportunity. They're not yet fighting. I buy myself a gas mask, buy myself a little bit more time. As these circles get tighter, if other teams can fight before we fight, the better that the teams get. That's going to be happening a lot the higher we get in the ranks. I'm going to talk about this this failure here. I want to talk about avoiding fights and getting into worse fights. My buddy Cody runs a shotgun. He does a really good job getting this down. He is playing his life. He needs to replay it. He's doing exactly what he needs to. He got the down. He did what he needed to do. A couple of things I could have did differently here. Again, I know my gun setup and what I'm running may not be viable, but I have a fun time playing the game that way. So you guys play the game whatever way you choose to. All right, after he gets that down, I need to either smoke on this first Groot, blocking LOS of his teammate and me knowing exactly where he is and going in with my Tonfa, or I need to be head glitching either on this four-wheeler or on the side with my Ram 7 and trying to get that down because Cody had to engage before he was healthy because I wasn't able to get my down, and that's on me. All right, the last tip here is going to be using smoke grenades for rotations along with the perk setup and something that's going to need to be patched or nerfed. We have a team above us. We have a team that is zone. We are running irradiated with quick fix. We don't have gas masks. We're using the smokes to rotate towards zone. Now, this is a situation where I smoke here, which does give us cover from the left, but also blocks LOS from the team on the right. And this is a fight that we have to choose. We have to take because the other team behind us is going to collapse. If you choose to not take this fight, you're just waiting to die from the teams collapsing in on you. I used the smoke to get close and use the Tonfa. An absolutely broken strategy, in my opinion. And again, in these fights, we're playing our own life. We're healing. I'm literally running away from the guys in the smoke because they can see me. As we can see on the UAV here, the teams are collapsing in. If we didn't take care of those first couple guys, we would have got collapsed in on. So we had to take that fight. All right, this is where this exploit needs to be taken care of. Probably needs to be patched. Probably needs to be nerfed. We're running irradiated with quick fix as we are healing with plates because you can use plates in the gas. Your health goes up when you plate. This is going to be completely busted and ranked, and they're going to have to do something about it. But while it's in the game, I'm not going to not use it. I mean, look how long we're allowed to heal in the gas. Look how low my health is. And we're right back up. We're getting more plates. Like, once people figure this out, Call of Duty's going to have to do something about it. Ed boy, going for the challenge? Yeah! Oh, boys. What a clip that would have been. It's all right. This is where the real magic happens and where you're going to see where this needs to be changed. Cody goes down. And he wins because he has irradiated on. Let's look at this one final time from another clip where my buddy C. Coos clutches up here. Gets it down here. Watch him plate. Watch his health. 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 Where's the other guy? Oh, wait. It doesn't matter because he can live in there. Guys, today we talked about using smoke to block out LOS of other teams, especially as the tighter it gets. We talked about using smoke for rotations, playing edge, being last, choosing fights where we need to choose them, even the perk setups. As I'm going through the ranked grind, I'm going to be talking about my wins and my losses. I know you guys are all amazing players, and this is going to be a place where we can use those wins and losses and this strategy for endgames to grow together. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and there will be more, and I'll see you in the next one.